Silversun Pickups is an alternative rock band from Los Angeles that was formed in 2002. The band is currently composed of Brian Aubert, Nikki Monninger, Guanlao and Joe Lester. The band released their debut EP, Pikul, in July 2005, and their debut full-length album, Carnavas, on July 26, 2006. Their second full-length album, Swoon, was released on April 14, 2009. Neck of the Woods, the band's third full-length album, was released on May 8, 2012. The band released their fourth full-length album, Better Nature, on September 25, 2015. History. Early years, Pikul EP. The band members are friends who had played together previously or in mutual friends' bands. They began their career in Los Angeles clubs, most often at Silver Lake Lounge or nearby Spaceland, and began to draw a strong following upon the release of the Pikul EP. The band originated in LA's Silver Lake music scene, home of Relo Kiley and others. The band was originally named A Couple of Couples, as the original lineup was composed of a pair of romantically involved couples. Lead guitarist Brian Aubert was dating drummer Elvira Gonzalez, while bassist Nikki Monninger was dating rhythm guitarist Jack Kennedy. After Gonzalez and Kennedy left the band and Guanlao and Lester joined, the group changed their name to Silversun Pickups, which was derived from a liquor store located across from Silver Lake Lounge. One of the friends would often arrive at the store late at night to buy liquor, and would be as such making the Silversun Pickup. In interviews, the band has said their name is more of a state of mind. Brian Aubert met Nikki Monninger in 1994 on a flight from Los Angeles to London. Both of them were headed to Cambridge for a school exchange program. Aubert noticed Monninger sitting across the aisle from him stealing alcohol from the drink cart by distracting the flight attendant. For the Pikul EP, fellow Silver Laker Tanya Hayden was enlisted to play cello on the track Kissing Families. Carnavas. On September 26, 2006, the band released their debut full-length album Carnavas. Two of the album's four singles, Lazy Eye, and Well Thought Out Twinkles, made the top 10 of the Billboard Modern Rock Tracks chart in 2007. Lazy Eye is also featured in the video games Rock Band 2 and Guitar Hero World Tour, one of only 13 songs to be featured in both games. The songs Melatonin and Well Thought Out Twinkles from the Carnavas album are also available as downloadable content for the Rock Band series. The band finished a 3-week tour opening for Wolfmother on December 9, 2006, and later toured with OK Go and Snow Patrol on their U.S. spring tour, which ended on April 10, 2007. The band also played at the Coachella Music Festival in Indio, California, on April 27, 2007, and played various concerts for modern rock formatted radio stations in the U.S. throughout the year. The band also toured Great Britain and Ireland while Carnavas was released there on May 28, 2007. They opened for Foo Fighters in Edinburgh and Dublin. They also opened for the Kaiser Chiefs during their European tour. Carnavas peaked at number 80 on the Billboard 200 and has sold 435,000 copies since its release. Swoon. The band's second album Swoon includes 10 tracks, and instead of having a straightforward mid-tempo sound, Aubert said, some songs are very quiet and delicate, while others are just at % loud. The album was released on April 14, 2009, to positive reviews. It debuted at number 7, selling approximately 43,000 copies in its first week. Swoon has sold 285,000 copies. The first single released was Panic Switch, which aired on VH1 and MTV music video shows and radio stations worldwide. Silversun Pickups played the 2009 Voodoo Music Experience Festival over the Halloween weekend. Panic Switch is also featured in the video games Rock Band and Rocksmith. In 2009, the band performed Catch and Release, Panic Switch, Lazy Eye, Well Thought Out Twinkles, Growing Old is Getting Old, and Kissing Families for MTV Unplugged. In early December 2009, the band was nominated in the Best New Artist category for the 52nd Grammy Awards. Their nomination drew some controversy, because the band was already moderately successful before the 2008 to 2009 nominating year. although this was mainly due to misunderstandings involving the selections of Best New Artist nominees. They supported Placebo on their winter 2009 European tour. Upon the release of Swoon, they toured with Manchester Orchestra as main support. In spring 2010 the band toured with Muse for their US tour. They toured North America again in summer 2010 with Against Me and the Henry Clay People. They toured with Australian rock band Birds of Tokyo in September 2010 and ended an 18-month tour in support of Swoon at Austin City Limits. The songs Panic Switch and Sort of from the Swoon album are available as downloadable content for the Rock Band series. Neck of the Woods On May 8, 2012, the band's third album Neck of the Woods was released. It opened near the top of the iTunes Top 100 albums and moved into the number 1 spot the following day. Around the same time, they announced that they would be playing a number of high-profile summer music festivals. The band released a 3-song 10 inches vinyl single for Record Store Day's Back to Black Friday event on November 25, 2011 titled Seasick. It was composed of 3 previously unreleased songs: Seasick, Broken Bottles, and Ribbons and Detours. They are songs left over from the Swoon sessions, and will not be put on their third studio album. The band also contributed a cover of Bob Dylan's Not Dark Yet for the tribute album Chimes of Freedom, songs of Bob Dylan honoring 50 years of Amnesty International. On February 7, 2012, it was announced that the band would be playing the main stage at the 2012 Saskatchewan Music Festival. On March 7, 2012, Aubert confirmed via Twitter both the name of the album, Neck of the Woods, as well as the release date, May 8, 2012. Shortly afterward, the album artwork was posted to the band's Facebook account. On March 25, 2012, the first single from the new album, Bloody Mary, was released. The pre-order for Neck of the Woods also started. On May 30, 2012, the video to Bloody Mary was released and announced on Twitter. On July 24, 2012, the band announced plans for a North American tour beginning in September 2012. The tour took place on the West Coast, Midwest and Western Canada with supporting acts including School of Seven Bells and Atlas Genius. In August 2012, Sarah Negaderi, singer and guitarist for the Happy Hollows, temporarily replaced Monninger for live performances while she was on maternity leave. The Singles Collection and Better Nature On January 7, 2014, the band announced a compilation album entitled The Singles Collection, comprising 10 previously released songs, as well as a new song Cannibal, which was also the lead single. A video for the song aired in the middle of February and the band appeared on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show while performing in store at Amoeba Music. The collection was released on February 25 and appeared in regular format as well as a box of 6 7-inches vinyl records that included the additional track Devil's Cup. On October 7, 2014, the band announced that they have begun recording their next album. On July 15, 2015, the band announced their next album, Better Nature. The album was released on September 25, 2015. Musical style and influences: the band's sound, often encompassing multiple overdues of distorted guitars, is frequently compared to that of bands like My Bloody Valentine and the Smashing Pumpkins. More recently, the band has also incorporated electronic elements. Equipment: Brian predominantly uses a 1994 Epiphone Sheraton II, 1965 Gibson Firebird, Gibson SG Custom, and a Gibson Midtown Custom. Nikki plays Gibson Thunderbirds and is seen with a Fender Precision bass in the video for Well Thought Out Twinkles. Chris mainly played Ludwig Vistallites until around the Swoon era where he switched to an acrylic CNC kit. He also uses Istanbul cymbals. Band members: Brian Aubert, a Euro guitar, lead vocals; Nikki Monninger, a Euro bass, backing vocals; Chris Guanlao, a Euro drums; Joe Lester, a Euro keyboards, samples, sound manipulation. Former members: Jack Kennedy, a Euro rhythm guitar, Elvira Gonzalez, a Euro drums. Former touring members: Sarah Negaderi, bass, vocals. Discography. Studio albums: 2006, Carnavas, 2009, Swoon, 2012, Neck of the Woods, 2015, Better Nature. References. External links: Silversun Pickups official website, Silversun Pickups on Fuse, Best of Lollapalooza 2009, Silversun Pickups interview at Redefine magazine, August 2006, Silversun Pickups interview on shockhound.com, interview with Nikki Monninger at 3 Imaginary Girls, podcast of the Silversun Pickups live at SXSW 2006, Silversun Pickups interview on Risers, presented by Axe, Silversun Pickups video interview in Toronto, the band interviewed by Esha Tyler on her podcast,